Good day. Today we'll be discussing the histogram as a continuity of the topic we were talking about since last week, which is statistics. Among the method of measuring our central tendency is the histogram. Histogram is a type of bar chart, each bar corresponding to one mark and with its length proportional to the frequency of that mark. The class marks or centers, class boundaries can be used on the variable scale. I'll say the variable scale, talking about this scale, the horizontal scale. This can this scale can be either the class mark or class boundary. But in this context, we're going to be in today's content we'll be using the class boundary, which is the most acceptable method. Like I said, in histogram, the bars are joined together and must be of equal width, except when dealing with unequal class interval. Look at this histogram. You can see that they are all joined together. Once the histograms are not joined, then it's no more a histogram. It's now a bar chart. So the bars, these are the bars, the vertical bars, they must join together, and the width, the breadth must be of the same size if you are correct. Of course, since you have equal class interval and equal class boundary, so you have equal width of bars. Let's take one example. The following table shows the distribution of marks scored by a class of 80 students. You have the marks here. You are being given the marks in terms of class interval, like we said in last class. You have this range 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, etc. as class intervals, and we have their frequencies. Now, I have to draw a histogram for the above distribution. Solution. The first thing you need to do is what? Is arrange your class intervals vertically and take them the way they are being given. If you are not given, you choose yourself, like we learned in last class, you choose a convenient range depending on the least and the greatest numbers. Okay, in this case, you have been given. So, lucky you just say 10 to 14, 15 to 19, etc. Then the class boundary, of course, we need the class boundary in the variable axis, which is the horizontal axis. So we have to make a column for class boundary. Like I said in last class, class boundary is very simple. All you need to do is subtract 10 from the lower class limit of the first class interval and add that 0.5. Sorry, subtract 0.5. So you are left with 9.5. Then add that 0.5 to the upper class limit, which is 14. That becomes 40.5. So as to create a link, can you see this link? This equals this equals this. Now, also take away 0.5 from 15, you get 40.5. Add it to 19, you get 90.5. Take away the same thing from 20, you get this. So once you've done the first one, just keep arranging it. 40.5 to 90.5, 90.5, this to this, etc. Then you might be asked to plot the histogram using the class mark. That's when you need to do this. In this example, you don't need this column. You don't need the class mark. But to get the class mark, all you need to do is what? Add, so that is the lower class limit plus upper class limit divided by 2. The average of the the average of the class limits gives the class mark. For instance, 10 plus 14 gives 24, 24 by 2 gives 12. Do you understand that? Of course, we have been given the frequency in this column from the question. Okay, so let's move straight to the histogram. What you need to do is what? Draw a straight line. Or, you have to use a graph book. For histograms or bar charts, you need a graph sheet. You draw a vertical column and a horizontal line. When you do that, you look at your frequency. What is the smallest frequency here? 3. What is the greatest? 25. Okay, you can, of course, in your graph, you have to label each 2 centimeter box. Understand? I choose a convenience scale 5, 10, 15. At least 2 cm represents 5 units. So I have 5 plus another 5, 10 plus 5, 15, 20, 25, etc. Okay, and that solves the case because 3 will fall in this range. Likewise, 18 and 25, everything, all the numbers here will fall here. The next you have to do is what? Label your class boundary. Class boundaries, you don't choose scale. Start from the lowest class limit to the highest upper class limit, which is what? 9.5. So you choose this 9.5. All right. We have 0 here. Since 0 is not among, so let's leave 0 out. Take from any point. Take from any of your 2 cm box. I have 9.5, then up to 40.5, which is this. This becomes the first range. Then you draw your box. Now the frequency has been labeled. This range, any box, any bar of this range should end on 18 along the frequency axis. So this is 18 in your graph. If you have chosen 5, 10, it means each small box should be what? Each tiny box here should be what? 5/10, because you have 10 small boxes between our 2 cm boxes. You have 10. So you will say what? Each small box is what? 5/10, which is what? 0.5. So to get 18, after reaching 15, the next box, the next small box is what? 50.5. Then the next two give us what? 16. So you keep adding 2, 16, 17, 18. Understand? So it means you will count 6 boxes after 15 to get to 18. Do you understand? 6 boxes after 15 will give you 18. Since each small box is 0.5 unit. Do you understand? Good. Alright. So that is for that. For the next one, 40.5 to 5. So because of this joining, because they will join together, that's why we need the class boundary. So 40.5 to 9.5. That range is for what? 9. Is for 9. And this is 9 here. You can see. Now how do you get 9? This is 10. Take away 2 small boxes from 10. It gives you 9. It means you count 2 small boxes down. That gives 9. Now it's 40.5 to this. After drawing this big box, you just draw a line with a pencil, then draw on that line. Can you see it forms the histogram? So you keep doing that until you get to 39.5. Do that for everything. For the third one, for this third range, 90.5 to this. So you pick it, the frequency is what? 11. You can see that 11 after 10. You can see that 2 small boxes after 10 gives 11. Same thing for this 25, which is what? 20.5 to 29.5. Can you see that it gives 25 exactly? Then you do the rest yourself. Alright. Don't forget, for the histogram, the vertical axis is labeled frequency, while the horizontal axis is labeled what? The class boundary. Then you give us the title, the histogram, also give us the scale that you use in your graph book. Okay, if you are asked to plot a bar chart, the same method, but here you don't need class boundary. All you need is just class interval. As it been the question said, plot a bar chart. You don't need all this history. What you are given is enough. You have the class interval and you have the frequency. Just plot the class interval against frequency and you are done. See that here. Okay, 10 to 14. Can you see that here there's no 10.5? 10 to 14 gives this. 15 to 19 gives this. And etc. like that. 20 to 24 gives this. And that's 11. This one is what? 18. This is 9. 11. This is 25. You can see. This is what now? It seems 14 or so. You can check that. Can you see it's 14? And the last one is 3. So you can do that. Can you see? 3. That's perfect. Then you label it a bar chart. I believe that's clear. Okay. Now your assignment is this. The first is the evaluation. And to draw a histogram for this distribution, and you have a general evaluation whereby you have to what? To construct a table showing the following columns: class interval, class boundary, class mark, frequency, and cumulative frequency for the distribution shown below for this. You've done that last. Now you also have your weekend assignment whereby you have to do all this. I believe the class is clear. Okay. Have a nice time. Thank you.